Welcome to Proven and Probable. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson, and joining us today is returning guest Brandon Green, Business Development for Sprott Money. If you own precious metals and wish to know the advantages of storing your holdings in a segregated and allocated account, or you wish to learn how you can add precious metals to your IRA, today's show is for you. Brandon, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here.
Hey, since we last spoke, we've had some interesting developments. The Fed, in a dovish move to protect their repute, has finally increased 25 basis points, and the global markets for 2016 for 2016, I should say, they've experienced tremendous volatility, resulting in declines in equity markets throughout the world. Brandon, does Sprott believe that this will be a continued theme for 2016?
Yeah, and I think today was just a prime example. We had the market start down about 2.5%. That's the broad, S&P market. We had the VIX. I think it touched about 27, I believe. That's pretty volatile. That's above the historical average of 19 on the VIX, and it's a continuing downtrend for the broad market. Meanwhile, we've seen a lot of those funds flow into the metals market, whether it's in a physical aspect or in a fund flow aspect like the ETFs or institutional backing funds. There's been some reports on some of the major networks like Bloomberg that it has been flowing that way, and that's why you've seen some of this push up. Another reason I think you've seen for some of these metals moving higher is that some of the major silver companies like First Majestic and others have put out their forecast for the year, and their all-in sales costs are around hovering high $13 to $14 US per ounce. That's just an indication that there is that natural floor around this level, especially for silver more so than gold. That's something that investors can really take a look at and see that it is much more safe than other markets. Now, I'm not saying it's going to triple or quadruple or anything. I mean, we'd all like that, but it's about knowing what is more safer than the other and what has more potential to at least rise more so than fall. And I think that's what you're seeing right now in these markets. I mean, the Fed did raise their rates, and it's not working out as they planned. So we never know. You might see something change now. The future will only tell.
Some of the chatter I've noticed as well, Brandon, is that some of the analysts and known economists or with the best reputations out there, they actually believe that we're going to go to negative interest rates. So it'd be very interesting for 2016. And as we've noticed the stock market already, it has rapidly declined here. Irrespective of if you believe the sell-offs are results of the duplicitous effects of the ZIRP, which is zero interest rates, or the coming to fruition, the implementation of the circuit breakers that malfunctioning with China, the stock market has been very strenuous. What are your clients saying to you right now?
Well, a lot of them are just tired of it. Really, they are just tired of it. They just they've whether it's been the past 10 years, 5 years, or a few years, they're kind of pulling their hair out because they just don't know where it's going, and they just want to get into something that they're not going to get news like Chesapeake Energy today announcing that they've hired a restructuring company, and they fell 50% at open, and I think they were down 30% or 35% by close, and obviously they halted trading for a little bit. Now, I mean, that's Chesapeake Energy, something that's been around for a while, and any one of these companies can just be gone in the flip of a switch. Any one of these S&P 500 companies, that can happen. Enron, energy companies. I think you looked at the Dow back from the early 70s. I don't think one company is on it now. So there's a lot of that happening where clients they're just tired of that. They don't get it anymore. They don't trust advisors anymore. Fees are high, especially here in Canada. In the States, the advisor fees have come down quite a bit in the last 10 years, and fund fees. But, they're just, they want to hold some hard assets, and they feel, more safe, a little bit more calm with that, and that's where I can help them out.
You and I were speaking offline recently, and you had shared with me that you're starting to receive calls from financial planners really throughout the world. starting to inquire about precious metals allocation. Could you share that with the audience?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of them are being asked by their clients. And as a duty, financial advisors have a duty to, if the client asks specifically about a certain product, they need to look into that. So if they ask about gold, yeah, they might talk about a gold ETF or a fund. But if they want to talk about actually getting coins, they need to talk to people like me. They need to inquire and advise the client properly. So I've been getting a lot more from different advisors and advisory firms throughout. Different types, whether it's a broker or an advisor or a planner, family offices or whatever it might be. There's been a lot of, I guess, diversification in the inquiries lately.
And following along that premise with the financial planners, some of the conversations you've had, how about discussing IRAs and how precious metals can be part of one's portfolio?
Yeah, we've been doing IRAs for just over a year now. So they've been working out very well. Clients can hold physical bullion in their IRA. They don't have to have it in a fund anymore. Various types of funds or within banks. The way it works with the precious metals IRA is that you kind of remove that extra little bit of risk, the fund company risk, the manager risk, some other custodian risk, whoever's in between in these funds. You're eliminating a lot of that risk, and ultimately you can also take this bullion out in the future at fair market value. So clients can contribute to their IRA, Roth IRA, rollover funds from various other retirement plans, and open up an account and purchase the actual physical bars, specific types, maples, eagles, different various mints from all over the world, and deposit it in. We have about 12 depositories you can do that in, including Singapore and the Cayman Islands, just right outside of the United States, North America. And it's a fantastic facility. So they can hold it there, hold in their IRA. They can sell it back to us in the future and take the funds, or they can actually take the bullion out at fair market value. So you're only one step away from your bullion, as opposed to within a fund where you have to go through a lot more than just a simple phone call.
And I just want to, for clarification, the IRA that we're referring to is going to be a self-directed IRA. Is that correct?
It would always be self-directed, absolutely.
Okay.
Because they're directing the investment themselves. They're calling me. They're saying, I want this, this, and this. It's a little bit more complicated than that. You got to obviously open up the account first. General account opening process like any other IRA account, and then we would move that metal over for you.
Okay. And just for clarification, for clients of yours or someone that is looking to be a client of yours, they have their metals stored outside the United States, and they wanted to sell their position for whatever reason it may be. Do they have to redeem it back to their residence, or can they sell it directly back to Sprott?
Well, if they're a storage client of ours that is already storing in the Cayman Islands, Singapore, up here in Toronto, or any location, we'll buy it back with a phone call. No need to ship it anywhere. I mean, it's already as a sub account of the client, so we can just buy that back. If they have it in their possession and we've shipped it to them in the past and they want to sell it back, they will have to send it back to one of our local depositories.
Okay. Well, thank you for that clarification. And last but not least, Brandon, if somebody wanted to find out more about storing their precious metals with Sprott Money or opening the self-directed IRA, what's the best way to contact you?
The first and best way is to call me directly, and that's at 888-861-0775. Alternatively, they can go onto our website, sprottmoney.com. That's SPROTT money.com. And for IRAs, just put in /IRA.
Brandon, thank you for joining us.
No problem at all. Happy to do it. Looking forward to next time.
All the best to you. Till next time.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker.